Hi, James Maxwell, Dr. Gingerarchy, on Twitter. Like, hate, sub if you would. I'm up to 31. I should have had a celebration, but would appreciate that. Hope you like the stuff. So, I'm watching a video from Sir Sick and SIC, Social Injustice Crusader. I'll link that below. But he turned me on to this article in, Thought Catalog. Dear men, this is why single women are sick of you. By Anonymous. What do you say? Should we go through this one? It might be fun. So there's a splash screen. I'm going to copy this picture, put it in the video of this, blonde-looking lady. Certainly is attractive, kinda. It's got a nicely proportioned body. She looks young. Nice hands, actually. She's not quite a butterface girl, but you judge. No, don't judge, you judgmental bastard. You can't judge women. Only women can judge men. You sick son of a bitch. Dear men, no, thank you. Yeah, I said it, and I'll explain. I am uninterested in casual sex with you. No, thank you. There is no appeal to the nail-biting wait for a text message. Since we all know a phone call is off the table after you sleep with me. I see. So she's got one of those phones that are a one-way phone. It's a special phone. You can get them at Verizon or, AT&T. Even Apple makes one. It's called the 7 One-Way. It's a great phone, wonderful phone. But it doesn't text out, and it doesn't call out. See, because apparently this lady here is incapable of texting the guy she slept with the night before. He has to do that. See, otherwise it's the nail biting and the anxiety, right? Isn't that? She should get a new phone. Works both ways. There is nothing delicious about hoping that you give a shit or having to play it cool because I do give a shit, she writes. I want to go on dates. Yes, dates, not hangouts. Okay. Dates where, I don't know, the men are expected to buy stuff like dinner and shit. Got it. Hangout's kind of cheap and free, isn't it? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Like, instead of having like this big date, aren't we supposed to, you find a woman attractive, perhaps, hey, would you like to go grab some coffee? Sort of an intro, kind of a pre-date before the date, right? It's a couple of bucks for the coffee. You sit down, you talk, you like each other. Maybe you make the next date, or you don't like each other. I thought that was the way we were supposed to do it. Guess not. Okay. She writes, that distinction is important because a hangout could mean we're going to walk around a mall like we did at 14 when our moms were our only means of transportation. Ah, yes. A hangout implies that we're bros. I have enough friends, sir. No, thank you. Well, I do too. So, I'd rather hang out with the guys, drink beer, and watch football than walk around a mall with a woman. Unless I'm seriously, maybe interested in her or whatever, then I'll do whatever I have to, right? Well, not anymore. I'm too old for that. This would have been years ago. It's probably why I'm single, because I just never got this whole business. She continues, when you say you want to take me on a date, I know you're taking it seriously. Okay. See, I think the gist of this article is aimed at alpha guys and the 20% of men who have choice when it comes to going out with women and having sex with them and whatever. And they don't call in the morning and they don't text you back because they got 4 or 5 other chicks or more that they can go and hang out with and bang. So this is for alpha guys. So listen up. For the rest of us guys, not necessarily beta guys, but just regular average guys, this does not apply. Let's see. Because we don't pick up chicks, bang them, and not call them back. It doesn't work that way for us, sweetheart. Doesn't work that way. But we'll get to that more later. Okay. When you say you want to take me on a date, I know you're taking it seriously. And that I'm not going out with some 19-year-old kid, which wasn't even appealing when I was 19. See, sweetheart, that's because you were looking for alpha guys with status. And most 19-year-old guys don't have status. You see, you're going for 25, 27-year-old guys when you're 19. And that's the way the world works. And, some MGTOW guys get pissed off about that. Guys, sorry, man, that's the way it is. She writes, I want you to ask me out a few days before and plan something. You see, alpha guys don't have to do that. They're going to call you, I don't know, a half hour before they want to go eat dinner. And if you don't want to go, they'll find another one. Isn't that nice? Alpha guys don't call you days in advance to plan a date. Only guys you don't want to go out with will do that. Trust me, sweetheart. Okay? She says, I want you to put some effort into dating me. Alpha guys don't have to do that. I don't need flowers, but god damn it. Some sign that you care would be nice. Honey, alpha guys don't care. Eventually they will. Perhaps, they get a little older and they decide, yeah, I'm tired of this crap and I settle down. But not right now. You might find an alpha guy who's 30, 32, 33, 34, with status and looks, and he might be getting ready to settle down, have some kids, whatever. Well, you might get lucky, but you probably won't, because alpha guys are players. They're players. They've got women lined up everywhere, because women like alpha guys. I mean, this equation is not that hard, is it? Alpha guys are not going to call you and set up a date. They're going to call you or text you and say, hey, meet me over on Fifth Avenue at the deli. And if you're like, oh, he doesn't care because he didn't plan. Well, he doesn't care. He just wants to get in your pants. Dumbass. And if it's consensual, you agreed to the pants getting into. Got it? After that date, call. It's not that hard. It's refreshing. Here she is, the problem with the iPhone one-way. That doesn't work. It's no outgoing calls, just incoming calls and texts. The 2-day waiting period should be a myth. Unfortunately, it's not. But think how silly it is, she writes, quote, oh my God, that woman was amazing. And I definitely want to see her again, but instead of just making it happen, I'm going to make her sit around and wonder if I like her or not, end quote. Following through shouldn't be a rarity. Ms. Anonymous. It could be he doesn't think you're amazing, or unusual, or different from the tens of other girls that he could go out with. Okay? I mean, look in the mirror, sweetheart. I mean, come on. Just because you're you doesn't mean you're special. You're you, you're unique, but that doesn't make any different than the 10 other women he can go out with at the drop of a text. She writes, I want you to be honest. Whoa, scary. I know. Here's the thing. We are both adults. I don't need you to tell me what you think I want to hear. Yeah, you do. Because if he comes out and says, yeah, I'm just, calling to get in your pants. You don't care about me. I'm just a piece of meat. Yeah, you are. To an alpha guy. Sorry. So sorry. So sorry. I can call my mom and have her tell me I'm pretty if I really need to hear it. Okay. You can tell yourself that too, I suppose, or go on Tinder and see how many hits you get or whatever. The idea that you feel like you need to tell me something you don't believe just so you can get in my pants is ridiculous. If I want to sleep with you, I will. It's totally that simple. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm a beta guy, or a lesser alpha. I don't care what I told you, sweetheart. You would not sleep with me. Trust me on this one. I've got status, but I don't have looks. So, don't have the package there, honey. So, pretty words and flowers and shit ain't gonna work. She writes, I don't need to hear some long, rambling speech about how incredible you think I am. In reality, you're just trying to bust a nut. Reality does bite, doesn't it? For an alpha guy, he is just trying to bust a nut, sweetheart. Okay? I would rather know up front what you're interested in. No, you wouldn't. And he's not going to tell you because he's not stupid. He's an alpha guy. And even if he does tell you and you get all, you get butthurt and whatever, he just goes down the phone, calls the next one. That's how alpha guys, that's the choice they have. They have a lot of women that want to go out with them. You are just one of many. So please, stop it. Please don't freak out if I want to talk to you. I like you. Stop panicking. It's okay if we talk. It's okay if you want to talk to me or want to see me again. Don't wait until it's too late to decide you want me. Ms. Anonymous, you are dealing with alpha guys. Alpha guys, the only reason they're going to talk to you is to get your clothes off and have sex with you. They're not going to waste an hour of their day talking about feelings and because they have options. They don't have to put up with the nonsense coming out of your pie hole. Now, for lesser alpha, beta guys, just average guys, yeah, they'll sit and put up with your nonsense because you're the only one on their freaking phone. You are the one. See, because if you're a woman, you typically have, 5 or 10 guys following you around looking for a date, don't you? Yeah, you don't want those guys, but they're there. You might not see them. You might put them in the friend zone, but they're there. She says, I was seeing this guy for a while, a couple years back, and we did the whole playing it cool, casual sex thing. Okay, yeah. On and off for almost a year. Well, he did, she writes in parentheses. I had no issue being like, hi, I like you. I hope that's okay. I knew he liked me back. Okay, she knew that. Honestly, she says, we were a good match, but he waited until he moved 3,000 miles away to admit having feelings for me. Right, so the guy really likes you. And he moves 3,000 miles away. Ms. Anonymous, I'd say that's about the proper distance to get away from crazy. Just saying. What's even more alarming is that even though we had the discussion about where we both stand, he's still timid. He's still weird about being anything other than bro-y about it. He's an alpha guy. He doesn't want to commit because he doesn't have to. Got it? The last time I saw him, we went on this sweet date, and the next day he was just so uncomfortable with me. Why? Who gives a shit? Can someone please explain what is so scary or shameful about having feelings and be willing to express them? Darling, he didn't have feelings. I know it's hard to believe. A man who has real feelings for you is not going to move 3,000 miles away. It's not that hard to figure out. It's just painful. I understand. I get it. But he didn't care. Okay? He didn't care. In general, it seems like there's an unwillingness for men to be men. What does that mean? Well, I'm not talking about when you guys take us out and open doors. That's sweet and all, but that's not it. I'm talking about the unwillingness to connect, to be vulnerable, to step up. I am flabbergasted by how men will take responsibility for their emotional choices and for the damage they leave behind post-relationship. Okay. There's an unwillingness for men to be men. No. Men are men. We talk about our feelings with other men. We cry on each other's shoulders when we have, something happen to us or whatever. Our baseball team loses. We get very emotional. I know it's hard to believe, and you don't realize, you don't know because you're not there. Men don't get all weepy and emotional and shit around women because an alpha guy who gets all weepy and shit turns into a beta guy that you no longer want to go out with. That's why we don't do it. It's not that hard to figure out, okay, sweetheart? So here's her request, finally. Surprise me. Surprise the girl you're dating. Be real. Pretend there are like TV cameras waiting with bated breath for your emotional honesty. What is this, a fucking Bachelor television show? What is this crap? Share like there's $1 million commercial deal waiting at the end of the season. Aha, called it, huh? It might work out for you. Signed, sincerely, a bitch who seriously ain't got no time for that. Well, honey, it seems like the guys that you want to go out with, the alpha guys you want, they ain't got no time for you either. James Maxwell, thanks for listening.